Yeah, I really hope Jack can find me and like get something cool.
You gotta stay at the beach. You ran into the jungle, so all I could see on your screen was trees.
I ran into the jungle because I wanted people to see that it had a good frame rate.
The Mayo squad, we're hoping for earlier December, but yeah, it's ultimately going to be in Sony's hands in terms of the exact week they give us. But we're hoping early December. So hold on to some holiday gaming resources, because we love everybody to be able to hop in on PS4. We're really happy with how it's turned out. We did not do the port in house. We worked with a company called Abstraction, who are in somewhere in Europe. I forget where. So I want to say the UK, but I don't think so.
I think they're like in the Netherlands or something. I forget exactly.
Right, I think they're in the Netherlands. So anyway, Abstraction, they're pretty skilled with PS4 ports. They did the bulk of the work, and we supported them. You know, we did some of the work ourselves too, but they did the heavy lifting as far as getting it prepared for submission and also running through all the test cases. So we're really happy with Abstraction, and I think you'll see that the port's pretty solid.
I'm hanging out on the beach for you, Jack.
Yeah, I think I know you. You're towards Tabor Island. So
we got a bunch of questions. Do you have the chat up, Jeremy? Are you able to see questions?
Yeah. Scorched Earth will be releasing as well on PS4 at the same time. So that is going to be in there. PSVR support will not be in there at launch, but frankly, we're pretty impressed with how the PS4 Pro handles. So I don't think PSVR is viable without a PS4 Pro, but I do think it could eventually happen with the PS4 Pro. Just got to get a little more time to see how far we can push it. I will, in fact, tell you that I'm really impressed with the PS4 Pro's level of performance. I think Sony has done a hell of a lot of good with that hardware. The first time I can ever recall, like, loading up a console and being like, holy shit, there's some serious power going on here. Oh my God, delivering on the island. That's not the
quickest way to travel.
I just want to point out too. That our stream is limited to 30 FPS, but I'm well above 30 FPS here. It's hard for you to see because I don't have an FPS counter. But I'm probably close to 60 right now on the beach here.
Furry Snowwolf, yes, we actually have not had a chance yet to fully optimize for the Xbox One S. It's going to run better than the original Xbox One version once we get some more hands-on time with it. But yeah, all I can say is consoles now with the PS4 Pro, the Xbox One S, we've seen some pretty good perfs.
How can I get in you guys' tribe?
Right.
Come on.
There you go. Now you're aware.
Nice,
so
thank you.
You should jump on that to stay safe, yeah.
I just cheated, Ark. That's how I win. Jat helps me.
Yeah. Same story every day.
They're playing Gabriel Peterson. I think they're playing on an official server right now. Hence,
yeah, we're connected to an official server. Yeah.
Where do you guys want to go?
I was gonna take us to Hidden Lake.
Okay.
Towards the north of the map.
I'll follow you.
Yeah, we're just we're really appreciative of Sony letting us get this out on PS4. They don't. To be very blunt, they don't officially have a early access program, so they were pretty helpful. I think we were like the Ark fans really wanted to see it released, so they
heard you guys. They heard you guys asking for it. That is for sure.
Price, we honestly don't know yet. It comes down to how Sony's going to let us. Essentially, how they're going to let us put it on the platform. We have to get through the cert submission, and then we go onto the store and discuss how it can be packaged. One thing we're unsure of is how exactly Scorched Earth is going to fit in with the core game. So we should hopefully know that when we do the official announcement, which I think will be in about a week or so. Primal Survival, it is in the works from our friends over in Egypt at Instinct. they had to finish up the procedurally generated Ark stuff, and now they're working on Primal Survival full time. I also want to point out that procedurally generated Arks are coming to Xbox and PS4 by the end of this year. We have them working on console right now internally, so we expect that to be in the next Xbox update after the Halloween event is over.
That's some pretty big news for Xbox players. Really excited about that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think some of the Xbox players were feeling a little sad about all of our emphasis on PS4 today, but I mean, just remember all the stuff we've been like teasing and showing and talking about, it's coming to Xbox as well. And it's not like Xbox is getting left out of anything, you know, it's just these poor PS4 gamers have not been able to play Ark for like almost a full year. Give them their day.
Yeah,
Give them their day.
They've had to settle with 7 days to die. I'm sorry to say. Sorry. But we're pretty excited that true survival gaming can finally come to PS4 in a big way. Someone just changed the time of day, I'm guessing.
Yeah, that was not the best time of day.
Oh, magic.
Pretty tube right now. I mean, just think it fits also.
But yeah, procedurally generated Arks is going to add a lot of replay value to console, especially. It's for mods on console. We still don't have a direct pipeline to put mods on console without our involvement, but we are going to be starting a much more proactive program to help bring mods to console. Obviously, we've only done Primitive Plus and the Center so far, and we are going to have a pipeline where it makes it a lot easier for us to approve mods for release beyond just those two. We're going to hopefully be announcing that in a week or so. It's called an incubation program to bring more mods on a console, as well as get them more polished on PC as well.
Do we put a Explorer node over here?
It should be, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, there is a ruin.
Oh man, I don't know where it's at. I want to get my trophy.
So much grass. So much grass.
So funny. Yeah, people are probably pretty excited to see some trophies pop up and everything. People earlier.
Yeah, if you can find even one Explorer node, I think you'll get a trophy.
Yeah. I don't know if there's actually one here, is there?
Huh.
Might be on this side.
Oh, okay, yeah. Of course, they're not always at every ruin right now.
Yeah, well, we have plenty more Explorer nodes to add, so
yep.
I'm sure by the end there'll be one at just about every ruin on the map.
I want my XP boost and my trophy. Oh well.
AR3J3CT, yes, a lot of achievements are coming to Xbox One. Actually, it's funny, the PS4 version has a lot of achievements, and those are all going to come to Xbox One later this year. So the PS4 version, I don't remember exactly how many, what's trophies on PS4, obviously. I don't remember how many it has, but it's quite a few, which was a requirement of releasing on PS4. So they got added, and those are going to get copied over onto Xbox very shortly. One of them, I think, is collect all the Explorer nodes. Not an easy one.
Oh, is this Jen? Yeah, I think.
Is Jen here?
Yeah, Jen and Zane are here.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, PS4 is going to have host barriers, alas, just like the Xbox version. But we hope to increase those by 2x soon. We should be able to double the range. That's our goal, shall we say, for the next 2 months, is double the range of those host barriers. As far as texture goes, all I can say on that is stay tuned, guys and gals. Give it about
couple weeks,
1 to 2 weeks, and you'll get all the texture information you can possibly stomach.
I kind of want to flat this area because this is an old build and it was a bit.
Yeah,
it annoys me. This build. It's a bit dodgy. Yeah.
Snow biome.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll ever. get host barriers eliminated completely. They're actually necessary for non-dedicated servers for streaming purposes, but what we can do is we optimize memory. We can make them larger and larger. So we should be able to about double them in size, but I don't think we'll ever be able to get rid of them entirely. As far as cross-platform play goes, there's no real technical barrier to preventing it between Xbox and PS4, so we're just going to hopefully cross that bridge with some additional servers once we find out Microsoft and Sony won't murder us if we do that. Once we're sure we can do it and stay living, we can, from a technical standpoint, it's not difficult at all.
Some pretty big information for people. You just read it. It's blowing up right now.
PC servers for PS4. You know, it's funny. PC servers for PS4 might be pretty easy. I have to talk to our network engineer about that. We don't have to go through quite as many hoops for security reasons as we do on Xbox. So I think we were able to more easily add an entire domain. So it may not ever be entirely like where you can just host a server on any computer, but we might be able to partner up with some of the authorized server hosts, third-party server hosts.
Yeah.
Did you freeze to death?
Yeah, I think so.
He did. That's what I take you to the snow biome. Oh, I think he was one of my bed in my rock.
I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
I wasn't paying attention.
Was this that secret base?
This is when I was testing some stuff earlier.
That's a really wonderful looking base there.
I know where he is. Is that 000? My favorite spot.
That terror bird wants to murder you.
Oh, it murdered me. What, Jack? Your boat base is a trap.
It wasn't a boat base. It was just to check some functionality stuff.
Yeah. Like Jesse dying every time he spawns there. It works. Okay.
Test is successful then.
As far as Sodath on consoles, we're thinking about it. I mean, part of the problem with Sodath on PC is that we don't have a very large audience. We're not sure, though, on consoles maybe the audience will be larger. We're thinking of having Abstraction maybe work on it on consoles now that they finished the PS4 port of the base game. So we probably should maybe do a question in the community about how much they'd really like to see Sodath on consoles. There's no real technical reason we can't do it. It's just from a support standpoint, it doesn't have a very large PC audience right now, so we're unsure as to how large an audience it might have on consoles. But yeah, I mean,
it's definitely fun, man. We've been, doing during this stream. We've had a bunch of mini Sodath competitions, and people have had a lot of fun in them.
Yeah. There's definitely less competition on consoles. There's not as many games like Sodath. There's more games like that, arena survival games on PC. So it might have more of an audience on consoles, especially given that cheating won't be a problem on consoles because you can't really. There's no real ways to cheat. Even aimbots don't work at all because there's no way to pass it through a computer. So it could be pretty cool. We'll bug Abstraction to see what their interest level is in getting it ported. But it's good to know that you guys want to see that happen.
Oh yeah, a lot of questions.
The non-stop question of this stream. When is Sodath coming to console?
When I was doing an AMA, I got asked 5 times.
It's funny. I really like Abstraction's font improvements on PS4 version.
Yeah, it's so nice to read.
I think we need to copy this over to the PC version. Even they didn't really change the layout of the UI, but they just re-imported all the fonts, and they're much easier to read. I think they're much clearer.
100%.
Seriously. Raptor death.
You died again?
Shut up, Jack.
Jesse and Cedric are just like Death Simulator.
didn't you get? We can get it from stream. Yeah. Don't stress.
But yeah, we definitely just want to say we really appreciate everybody's support in helping get this out on PS4. I don't think Sony would have been okay with it except for everybody's, because again, no official early access program except for all the fans who have let it be known publicly that they wanted to see it happen. Without you guys, it would not have happened.
So you guys were wondering why Jesse just doesn't use cheats. It's because he's using a new account, hasn't been set up for testing yet. So he doesn't have admin powers, and that's why he just keeps dying. Yep. He doesn't play out too often unless he's filming trailers.
As far as DirectX 12 goes, well, we put it on hold because we did the initial port, and two things about it. It wasn't very stable, and the performance gains were pretty minimal, like almost, they were there, but they were very, very slight. So we figured, given the lack of stability and the low performance gains, it wasn't really worth it to get it all the way out there. But now, frankly, it might be a good time to take another look at it, because from what I understand, Unreal Engine 4 has become much more stable with DX12, and the performance gains will probably be more significant now that the drivers have become more optimized for DX12. It's really just a question of, like, to be very honest, we only have one core graphics programmer, and he also does a lot of other things on the project, so it's kind of like, for him to focus nonstop on DX12, could delay, frankly, really important performance optimizations that we're going to be getting out in the weeks ahead for servers and for clients, general performance optimizations. You're going to start seeing those in the coming weeks. What I think we're going to do, though, is now that our contractors, Instinct in Egypt, have freed up from the procedurally generated Ark stuff, we're going to put them on finishing up the DX12 port. My hope is that we'll have DX12 released with a performance gain before the end of this year. When we finally get Extinction. You mean Extinction servers? Frankly, we don't really have any plans to put more Extinction servers up on the center. We want all of our Extinction servers going forward to be on the procedurally generated maps. Vulcan support. It's good you mentioned that. We are definitely going to have Vulcan support and Metal support. That's the rendering API for Macs. We're going to have Vulcan and Metal coming out early next year. 100%. Like, it is being worked on, which will make the Linux and Mac versions look equivalent to the PC version of the game.
Everybody here who can answer all of your questions.
As you mentioned, you're going to get a lot of news about the tech tier and all the details on it in about a couple weeks. Stay tuned for that. It's going to be a big info drop with some seriously cool stuff. Release date, you're going to get information about that too very shortly. I think that's coming out in the next couple weeks.
You guys are getting a lot in the next few weeks.
Yeah.
It's like Christmas or something.
That's, of course, the center is on PS4, of course. Final Survival is now being worked on. I mean, Instinct, the guys in Egypt who are really taking a lead on Final Survival, they had been working on it, and then we pulled them off it to do the procedurally generated Ark stuff. Now they're back on Final Survival to hopefully put the finishing touches to it. Jack should definitely shave his beard if you guys get to 30K.
Yeah, I said I would. I have to watch Star Wars as well.
Now, Jack, you should not require any donations to watch Star Wars. You should just do that as a matter of general geekdom. But shaving your beard, that I can understand may require hitting the 30K mark. If they don't hit 30K, then you should watch Star Wars either way.
Oh, I have to watch Star Wars anyway because I said I'd do it at 15K. So.
Good, very good. But not the prequels, just the original trilogy. So,
did they ever convince you to play Star Wars trivia during the stream, Jack?
Oh yeah, it was terrible. It was just questions about planes and ships. Just like, how many jet packs does this thing have? And it's just I don't think Star Wars fans know the answer to those questions.
Now I should have played Star Wars trivia. I read all the books and the comics back in the day. So, what else? Soda for consoles. We're considering it. We're thinking of maybe having Abstraction do it. Soda for updates. We're basically considering what's the best way to support Soda as well as continue to develop Survival Evolved with our relatively small team. We think we have a way that we're hopefully going to be covering in detail in the coming few weeks. Yeah, that water glitch should be fixed. This is not a final PS4 build.
So it is quite out of date.
I think Star Wars, if you were to release it, would probably get us sued, unfortunately, as much as I love Star Wars. Basilosaurus is coming out this year. PS4 is having split screen. The same numbers per server on PS4 as on Xbox. There's 100% equivalency there. And PS4, of course, is launching with split screen. Yes, the survival implants will have a definite purpose that is all about the end game and such. Chat scrolling is going into the upcoming Xbox update, so you're going to have that, as well as finally the one-button toggle between first and third person when riding a dino that everybody has been wanting to see since the end of time. That's also going to be in the PS4 release build, of course. Gangbanging. You know, from a functional standpoint, my wyvern, the wyvern's my favorite creature, but from a classic standpoint, the T-Rex is just, I love the design of the T-Rex. I really, really think that we were able with Ark to have a design for the T-Rex, especially the core dinosaurs that is, cool, the Titanosaurus, that is unique. Because like so many games have done a T-Rex before, and I think the Ark T-Rex is very memorable. So the T-Rex doesn't do that much right now. He's going to do more in the Tlc Pass, but I think visually the T-Rex to me is really memorable. And it was actually pretty much the first dinosaur we created for the game, and has still, I think, from a style standpoint, held up and feels really original.
Earlier we were playing around with the giant squid, and chat wanted it to be 15x scale so it could wrap its tentacles around the Titana.
That might be a bit much.
Yep.
We
said it sounds like a good mod.
Titan boa taming is going to happen. We apologize for not getting into Fear Evolved, but it'll happen this month. There's no question about it. Not in the next update when we turn off Fear Evolved, but the update after that we'll be getting Titan boa taming into that. The TLC Pass basically is something we're going to do prior to release, where we go through the launch dinos and make them all a little bit more unique, give them a little bit more specialized abilities, because they didn't really have as much fun stuff since we were just grinding to get the game out to early access day one at that time.
Titana's like the honey badger. Don't care.
Yeah. Lord Dragon, definitely on PC we should be able to do that. I don't know if we can do save folders on console, because there are limits as to how much disk space we're able to use for save games. But on PC, there's no question we can have, and we should have folders for save games in the game UI, so that you can make as many save games as you want per map, as well as mods per map. So we'll go ahead and get that done. Slim Jims, Oreos, and Orange Fantas are the breakfast of champions, despite what anybody else says. They are fuel for game development, as far as I'm concerned.
Slim Jim is
But you got to have Red Bulls into that concoction as well.
Good old New Island.
Is your PlayStation set to French, Jesse?
Yes, yes, Zenro. We plan to do what we call a TLC Pass. We're going to clean up all the launch dynos and make them have a bit more cool, unique functionality prior to the shipping of the game. Yeah, Willem. There'll be an official announcement with the PS4 release date, hopefully pretty soon, and we're looking forward to it. It's just we got to get it. It's in Sony QA right now. We have to wait for the it's past QA before we get a release date assigned. But we have a pretty good idea what it will be.
Show us the PS controls. Okay.
Yeah, the options menu, Jesse, I think. Yep. Yeah, Lord Dragon, we're going to be wrapping all the server settings to the in-game UI. Every single one. We just kind of want to get a little closer to launch so that we know what all the settings are, so that we can design a final UI that has like all, several hundred settings on it in different tabs.
It's like a live digest.
MMD freeze. We'll be fixing that. So you want the override difficulty option to be I&I driven, not just command line driven. We'll make that happen. The Moral Pass is going to be part of that TLC, and we're hoping to get to it before the end of the year. The Scorcher Soda map is, hi, it's R2, it's Jeremy. The Scorcher Soda map is actually almost done, and we just got to put some of the gameplay balance to it in the next couple weeks, and we should, what we're probably going to do is alternate between, hosting the regular one and the Scorched Earth Soda map. So it's pretty cool looking. I think Ben did a really good job with it. It's evil Mr. Frank.
Yeah, we had a nice Q&A with Ben earlier, and the chat really loved the map, the video he put together. They were going crazy over it.
Yeah,
everyone wanted it to be a Survival Evolved map.
Survival map, for sure.
I think I'm a little...
No, we won't be adding a river and trench to the island, Benny boy. But you could.
Right? About ETA on the UI. I think we've said it before, but after we launch PS4 next year, we'll be looking at doing a UI map before the final launch.
Right. Effectively, the UI is going to get a complete overhaul, but it's not going to lose any functionality. We just wanted to get all the pieces in place, and it's definitely going to be getting it redesigned to look a lot better and be a little bit more functional. The team, in fact, Abstraction, that handled the PS4 port really well, is probably going to be spearheading the UI redesign. Final launch is going to probably not be this holiday season, so we're going to be, of course, putting a lot of content in the coming weeks and months. So we have kind of a full roadmap that's going to be unveiled in about 2 weeks' time in the run-up to that launch. That's going to be along with the tech tier stuff. PGM is going to come to console in December. It's being worked on right now. Might hit the very end of November, but more likely it'll be early December for PGM coming to console, Xbox, and PS4. There is not going to be new paid DLC prior to the complete shipping release of the game. To be very clear on that. It's all about getting this game done and getting it done well to a point where everybody's really happy with it. PGM is procedurally generated arcs. Xmas Event is going to run most likely from about the 15th through the end of the year. And we should have it on consoles as well. Yeah, we'll definitely add the bloom and light shaft options to the in-game UI on the options menu on the Xbox. We just got to get around to it, but we'll get it done. Yeah, Midzark, our plan is to have the Xbox and PS4 updates come out approximately the same time. I doubt they'll be coordinated to the exact day because they have different QA processes to go through between Sony and Microsoft, but we should be submitting them at the same time and keep them reasonably in sync. Yeah, Kara, once we get a little bit farther along and have more items closer to ship, we'll be doing a final pass on balancing all of the drops to include just about every item in the game. The modern Raft is coming. It's going to require gas. It's going to go faster. It's going to be able to carry more structures. Not sure what more there else is to say about it. The version that's coming out in December is only going to be on PSN for PS4. But, you know, we expect the game to ultimately have a disc version sometime early next year, so we'll look forward to that too.